So welcome to this part 2 in the Weber Power Plate series. Now on this video what I'm going to show you is I'm going to discuss about the tunability of this carb, of this setup, and how much easier it is to tune and set up a carb like this. Before I show you in detail on the plate itself and compare it with a normal one thing that I have to say in general is that having a carb set up like this means that, for example, you could change the jets, the main jets, with the engine running, and that in a Holley is absolutely impossible. So for example, let's say I want to change this jet. Okay, I put another one on and I just plonk it here and I change the other one. Take this out, put another one on, and there you go. So as long as I adjust both, that's it. That's a main jet change. Now in a Holley situation, I would have to drain the bowls, take the bowl out, then take the jets and then change them. That's about like a 10-minute job, especially if you're doing it on a car that has a hot manifold, on a car that has been running. It really isn't pleasant, so it does really make a huge difference. And I have experience of this. I once did a carb for a customer, and I got a call and they said kind of the carb isn't working. So I'm like, what? So I went to an undisclosed location somewhere in Cambridgeshire, and I got to this workshop, and the car was a Jensen Interceptor, and it was already strapped into a rolling road. And the problem was that that this was broken basically, so there was an air leak. It wasn't that the carb was wrong. So anyway, once that's been sorted, fire up straight away, we bring the engine up to temperature, and then we do a run. And it turns out that the carb was running a bit lean. So I didn't have any jets at that time because it was quite late. It was quite late in the evening. So I said to the guy, look, why don't we do something? Why don't I swap the jets in the secondary for the jets in the primary and see if we get an improvement there, because the carb in that particular situation was a vacuum secondary, so possibly the secondaries didn't fully open. So yeah, lo and behold, it was an improvement when we did that. Obviously by that time it was, I don't know, like 6:30, 7 o'clock, something ridiculous. So I said to the guy, look, this is what you need to do to tune it, to make it run really well. But actually all the basics were there. So actually I have experience of using these things, and it's a product that really works. And that is very important to make the time that you are in a kind of rolling road dyno situation. With this sort of stuff, you can do a lot more experimenting and a lot of jet changes and setting changes in very little time. That would be absolutely impossible to do with a standard Holley carb. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to show you in detail comparing it with a normal Holley metering block for you to kind of understand close up what I'm on about. Okay, so here we are trying to do a bit of a close-up, and I've got two things. I've got a Weber power plate here with the jets, and I've got a normal Holley metering block. Now here's where the tunability starts. So in Holleys, you've got this, which is basically the kind of high power fueling, the acceleration. These are the channels that feed from the power valve, and in a Holley every different every metering block has a different size hole in it. Now, in the Weber power plate, you have restrictions that basically, let me see if you can see it there. Yes, there, as I'm pointing to it. These restrictions, you can actually take them out and you can put any size restriction you want in there. So therefore that means that this is already quite a significant increase in tunability over the standard Holley plate. Now let's talk about a few other bits around this. So let's start with idle. So in the Weber power plate, this is the idle circuit. Yeah, so you've got this jet, which is a normal Weber jet, and you've got this holder that acts as the air corrector. Now this means that in a Weber power plate, and it goes here, in a Weber power plate you can actually change the mixture using varying these components. Now most Holley metering blocks, you have to bear in mind that what they meter is not when you move the screw, the idle mixture screw in here. What they do is they meter volume of mixture. Yeah, the mixture is preset by the restrictions in the metering body and the carb body. So therefore, if your car is running lean with this metering block, just turning the screw, it will keep running lean because the mixture is wrong. Whilst if you have a Weber power plate and it is lean, that's not a problem. You can get here and change this jet and, well, or the air corrector or whatever, tune it so that you can get it exactly right. So in here we have got some interesting things. So first of all, as I said in the previous video, changing any of the parameters here is quite easy. So I can change the air corrector, which is this. I can change the emulsion tube, which is this, and I can change the jets. So the air correctors, they don't sit in the metering block in a Holley. The air correctors in a Holley actually sit in the main body of the car. So let me show you very briefly a Holley main body here. And the air correctors in a Holley carb are these little things that you see here. So in most Holley carbs, these things are completely fixed from the factory, and if you want to change them, well, you can only, if you want to say drill them out, is a one-way ticket. That's all you get. So therefore, the tunability you're getting by being able to change air correctors, to change jets, potentially with the engine running, and the emulsion tube is really significantly better than a Holley. The emulsion tube, why it is important? Because what it does, the emulsion tube, what it does, think of it as the, this is a representation of how it's going to fuel throughout the RPM range. And you know that in some cars you might have some spots where they are lean or where they are richer, and the holes in here, they are designed to cure that, which essentially is the same as this, but essentially it's the same as these things here. But with this one, you can change them straight away, and instead of these holes, you would have to drill more holes here, or make this hole smaller, or make this hole larger, or whatever. In a Weber power plate, it's much easier to do because you just change this, you just screw it on, and that's it. You're golden. So those are the main things about tuning the Weber power plate.